What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video I am actually building a treehouse in Selvadorada. It is the destination world that comes with Jungle Adventure. And yeah, it's actually the very first time I have ever built a treehouse, and I was definitely having a lot of fun with it. Ever since we got Eco Lifestyle, and since I saw that wallpaper that we got with the pack, that wood paneling wallpaper that I think is so beautiful. It's definitely my most favorite wallpaper in the game, at this point at least. But ever since I saw that wallpaper, I was inspired to build a treehouse immediately. I don't know why, but for some reason it just looks so fitting to use that wallpaper on a treehouse because it really makes it like blend in with the trees, and it looks like, I don't know, it just looks like so like man-made, if that makes any sense. Like the house really was built by just a person who enjoys building little tree homes, and they just built a little tiny tree house, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I was definitely very inspired to build a tree house, and I didn't build it in Evergreen Harbor because, I don't know, I just wanted this tree house to be somewhere where it would make the most sense. So, and Selvadorada is the most foresty world that we have, obviously, because it's a jungle, so there's a lot of trees everywhere, and yeah, I thought that this world would be the perfect fit for a tiny little tree house like this one. And I also like building homes in the jungle that are, you know, a little bit more on the modern side because it creates this nice contrast with the rest of the world. Like, it's a jungle, so you would expect more like traditional builds in a jungle like this, and the houses that come with this world by default are definitely more on the traditional side, and I really like them. I think they're really beautiful. But yeah, for my spin on this world, I like to build more like modern looking houses mixed with like traditional elements. But yeah, I just really like to create that sort of contrast like I just mentioned. So that's what I did with this tree house as well. So this tree house is definitely inspired by Eco Lifestyle as well. You can see that I used that wallpaper on the outside of the house right now. And I also used the green roof because, yeah, just that way it just really makes it blend in with the trees. It's almost like a little bit hidden that way, and I really like the look of it. And I also placed down a solar panel on the roof. I don't know if that solar panel would benefit you at all because, well, the house is hidden between two large trees, so there wouldn't be much sunlight for the solar panel to catch, I don't think. But yeah, I don't know, I just really like the look of it. And I also made this tiny tree house off the grid. So yeah, I made sure to use all the furniture items or all the appliances rather that are in the off-the-grid catalog that we have right now. I really like that catalog because, I don't know, I was not that good at building off-the-grid houses before. I didn't like doing it either because it was just a little bit confusing and difficult to find the right appliances that you can actually use when you're off the grid. But now that they gave us that update, with which they gave us that little off-the-grid menu, so that you have all the off-the-grid appliances just right there, and it's really handy. So that's why I decided to make this treehouse off-the-grid, and also because it would make most sense to make it off-the-grid because, you know, it's a treehouse, and yeah, I don't know, it just made sense to me, and I hope that it makes sense to you as well. But yeah, like I mentioned, I was definitely having a lot of fun with this treehouse. It was something different for me to build, and I also wanted to take a quick little break from Evergreen Harbor because as much as I love that world, I can imagine that like pretty much everyone has been building in Evergreen Harbor for the last like 2 weeks. So I kind of needed a little bit of refreshment, if that makes any sense, and just build somewhere else for a change. So yeah, I built this in Selvadorada, which obviously is a destination world, so by default this house is a rental. I kind of also furnished it that way, so you could use it to be a rental house, just a little vacation home, and I think it would be a lot of fun to take your Sims to the jungle and have them stay in a treehouse like this. I mean, that would just be such a cute little vacation for your Sims. But obviously you can also just place it down in any other world and have it as a regular residential lot. And yeah, that would also make sense because I mean, I furnished it and I cluttered it up a bit. It's still like not too cluttered because it's really small. But yeah, you could easily add a couple of personal touches to the interior if you wanted to. So yeah, I didn't really have a specific storyline in mind for this build. Obviously, the Sims that are going to be living here are the kind of Sims that are really like into nature and into being eco-friendly, into being off the grid, obviously. But yeah, that could also work, like I mentioned, for a vacation house, for your Sims that, for example, want to take a break from city living. Maybe they are living in a small apartment, or maybe they are living in like a suburban house and they just really want to go on vacation and stay in something completely different, like a treehouse. So yeah, it could really work either way. So that's what I was trying to go for a while furnishing this house. And yeah, I made it obviously very green and overgrown because it's a tree house. So I really wanted it to blend in with the background and with the trees. And here I was definitely just fiddling around with the kitchen layout a little bit because I didn't really know how I wanted it to be laid out. And at this point, I was also not using the off-the-grid appliances just yet because I decided that I wanted to make it off the grid a little bit later. Once I kind of forgot that that we had that little menu update like I just mentioned with all the off-the-grid items in it. And then when I was scrolling through the catalog, I just realized that we had that update. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to challenge myself and I am going to make it off the grid. So yeah, that's what I did, and I definitely had a lot of fun with it. So I will be changing out the mini fridge and the stove and the sink for items that work off the grid. You can see me do that right here actually. So yeah, the oven that is in this house is definitely not the nicest, but yeah, it's the one that works off the grid, which I don't exactly know how that would work, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the game says it's off the grid, so I was able to use it, so that's what I did. And yeah, I placed a lot of plants inside the house as well because I really wanted it to be green and just pretty and lush. And yeah, really just cute like that. And I was definitely having a lot of fun with it. I did use the bed that came with Eco Lifestyle because I love that bed so much. I don't know, I'm not over the furniture items that we got with Eco Lifestyle just yet because I just think they are so beautiful. I also used those windows that are not really windows. I don't know how to explain it. You can see them right there. They're behind that little two-seater couch right there. I love that window. It's so different and so fun, and it worked perfectly for a treehouse like this. So yeah, as you can see, I furnished it for 2 Sims, so you can have 2 Sims stay here or live here. The bed is fully functional. It looks a little bit cramped right now, but I did playtest everything, and everything should be just fine. Sometimes I know that whenever you go and download a house, it doesn't work even though it's play tested by the person who built it. So yeah, that can happen obviously, but yeah, I did play test everything and everything should work. But just make sure to activate move objects before you place it down. Otherwise it will be all messed up, and yeah, then it will definitely not work probably. But yeah, I just cluttered up the place a little bit with some paintings. I love those leaning paintings against the wall. They are definitely my favorite clutter object or decoration object that came with Eco Lifestyle. I think it's just the most amazing clutter piece or just decoration piece that we got, and something that I've been wanting for so long. So yeah, you can see that I definitely used a couple of things that come with the pack. I hope that's okay. But yeah, the items just made a lot of sense for a little house like this, because obviously this tree house is very eco-friendly as well. But yeah, I don't know, it was just something fun to build and something a little bit different. You can see that I cluttered up the kitchen a little bit, but I did leave the counter, the corner counter right here, I did leave that empty because otherwise your sim will not have a space to cook or cut up food, you know, so they need that empty corner space right there. So I did make sure to leave that empty so that it will all be, yeah, all be functional. And you can see I did not have space in the bathroom to place a sink. There's only a toilet and a shower in the tiny little bathroom that you'll see me furnish in a little bit. So I decided to place down the sink right here, which makes a lot of sense because for one, the door to the bathroom is right there. And this way, the sink also, you can use the sink as well when you're in the kitchen cooking or something, because there is no sink in the kitchen also, or either, I should say. I'm sorry, I can't speak. But yeah, here you can see that I moved on to the tiny little bathroom. I went for that minty green wall in here because, I don't know, it just looks a little bit more modern and just something refreshing and just a fun color for a small little bathroom like this. So that's why I went with that color, and I think it looks really cute. I like it a lot. It's definitely one of my favorite colors in real life as well, so I always like it when I get the chance to use that color. But yeah, you can see that I moved on to the outside space of the house. I placed down a tiny little dining area right here because there is no table or dining table inside, obviously, because that didn't fit. And I also placed down a little grill up here somewhere, and I placed down a little couch as well, just a little seating area so you can spend a lot of time outside. I mean, it's the jungle, so it's probably going to be nice weather and you're going to be spending a lot of time outside anyway, so I did want to make sure that there is a nice place to hang out outside as well. And I also placed down some of the vertical planters from Eco Lifestyle, so you can just go ahead and just grow some herbs or fruits or greens or whatever you want up here as well. And I also placed down the bugs that came with Eco Lifestyle as well. You can see me do that right here if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm placing down those bugs because, I don't know, I just thought it would make sense to have those items. And I used a dew collector as well. And I placed down some planters here on the floor as well. I don't know, I wanted to make this house as eco-friendly as possible because, well, like I mentioned, it's a tree house, so I just thought it would make sense. So yeah, I was definitely having a lot of fun with this little house. I hope you like it too. Just let me know in the comments down below if you like it. And yeah. Also, I just quickly want to mention, I know that my videos have been a little bit slow lately. I haven't been able to build or make videos as much as I would like, but yeah, I don't know. That's because school is crazy busy at the moment, and it will be for the next, I think, week and a half or so. So yeah, unfortunately that doesn't give me a lot of time to sit down and build and make videos and do voiceovers, even though I love it so much. But yeah, in a week and a half I'll be done with school actually. I'll be graduating, and after that I'll have tons of time to actually make videos and work on my channel. And I'm really excited about it. I know I have been saying in my past couple videos that I want to get into gameplay videos as well, but I just didn't have the time. But I will have the time later on, so I will definitely get into that once I am done with school and have the time to actually sit down and like record a couple of parts in a row, you know, so that I have a couple of videos to upload. But yeah, I'm definitely very much looking forward to that. But yeah, that was my ramble, and it's also the end of this build. So I do hope that you enjoyed this video. You can download this treehouse off the gallery. My username on the gallery is Simmarysims, and you can also follow me on Instagram and on Twitter if you'd like. My username on there is Simmarysims as well. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next build. Bye!